The Disney universe has you covered for your favorite films, and that's because they acquired Star Wars, the Muppets, Marvel Comics, and Pixar all within the last few decades. Their universe is large, and this means that there are a lot of Easter eggs for us to find. We've picked out 10 that'll surely get you to pay closer attention to the Disney universe and spark your interest in spotting your own. Stick around to find out how a hidden Mickey Mouse was put into a Muppet film. Don't forget to subscribe and join the notification squad for cool content like this every day. Here is ScreenRant's list of 10 Easter eggs in the Disney universe that'll blow your mind. And before we start, can you guess this movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video.
They look like that.
Rey's helmet in Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. When The Force Awakens first hit theaters, fans immediately saw the X-Wing fighter pilot doll in Rey's home. But in another scene, she places an old Rebel helmet on her head. The helmet has the Star Wars Arabesh letters Resh, Enth, and Herf on the side of it, and when translated into English spells R, A-E, and H, which is pronounced Rey. Now don't get too excited, this doesn't mean that Rey was a fighter pilot, because the markings on the helmet mean it's from the Tirfon Yellow Aces, specifically Captain Dozmit Rey, a female X-Wing pilot. All of this from just a helmet.
I work alone.
Oui, et ta tenue est complètement ridicule!
Bomb Voyage in Ratatouille. Bomb Voyage is a criminal mastermind in the movie The Incredibles, and he even escapes Mr. Incredible's criminal fighting grips. Sure, it's because of the interference of a young buddy, but Mr. Voyage keeps that off his resume. Another item he keeps off his resume is his work as a mime in France. In the movie Ratatouille, when Linguini and Colette are roller skating by Notre Dame, he can be seen in the background performing. Maybe this was a disguise for a plot to blow up a famous landmark, or maybe it was just a failed career move.
Look, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I forgot you're here.
Alyssa Milano in Guardians of the Galaxy. There are many references to 1980s paraphernalia in the film Guardians of the Galaxy, including the popular troll doll and a very famous alien. This is not an alien from that galaxy, but a cat-eating alien from the 1980s sitcom Alf. Another nod to the 80s goes back to Quill's childhood crush, Alyssa Milano. He named his starship the Milano after her. Looks like after all those relationships with aliens, Star-Lord still has a place in his heart for the Who's the Boss star. And so do we. Wall-E in Finding Dory. Hank became one of the fan-favorite characters in Finding Dory, and if you've seen the film, you know why. Another fan-favorite character is Wall-E from the 2008 film with the same name. Now, if Pixar can figure out a way to make a spin-off film with Hank and Wall-E, we would be thrilled. But until then, we'll only have one scene. In Finding Dory, when Hank has Dory suspended over a massive aquarium in a plastic cup, you can see a Wall-E calendar in the background. Maybe Wall-E units were just being built during this time, and 700 years later his story will pick up again. Pingo Doce in Ant-Man. In the 2008 film The Incredible Hulk, Dr. Bruce Banner works at a bottling factory in Rocinha, Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, while searching for a cure for his condition. He cuts his finger, and a drop of his blood goes into the bottle, killing a very recognizable elderly man in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is how General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross finds his location and hunts him down. In the film Ant-Man, when Scott Lang walks in the streets of San Francisco, you can see faded posters for the Guarana soda. But where is the warning label?
Diversion!
What?
So long, sucker!
Luxo Ball in Inside Out. The Luxo Ball was in Pixar's first short film, and can be seen in every Pixar feature-length movie since. Some of the spottings of it are obvious, like in Toy Story, but others are harder to spot. One in particular is in the film Inside Out. When Riley is playing with her imaginary friend Bing Bong, they run right past the ball in the corner. Also, remember how Bing Bong is part dolphin? Check out the dolphin drawing Riley is working on. Big Hero 6 in Avengers Age of Ultron. As Tony Stark prepares to head off into the final battle against Ultron and his army, he is left without Jarvis to aid him. So he sifts through a collection of AI programs that he's created over the years. In the end, he chooses Friday, a female-voiced colleague. But look at the other choices he had. One is labeled Jocasta, which is a robot Ultron creates in the comics, and another is labeled Tadashi. Tadashi is the name of Hiro Hamada's older brother, who created Baymax in Big Hero 6. The Iron Giant in The Incredibles. Elastigirl helps director Brad Bird drop an Easter egg to an animated film that wasn't even made by Disney. Bird is the director of The Incredibles, and he also directed the Warner Brothers animated film Iron Giant, both of which were critically acclaimed. When Elastigirl flies in a plane, she identifies her plane to the radio tower.
Island approach, India Golf 909 checking in.
It stands for IG-99, which also stands for Iron Giant 1999, the year Bird's film was released.
You've got yourselves a show.
Cars 2 in The Muppets. In 2004, Disney purchased the Muppets' intellectual properties from the Jim Henson Company, giving them the opportunity to make their own Muppet films. Then in 2011, they did just that with their musical comedy, The Muppets. At the end of the film, when the stars and a great deal of extras perform a song and dance routine on Hollywood Boulevard, there is a billboard for Cars 2. If that wasn't enough, check out the hidden Mickey in the fireworks. Looks like Crazy Harry used his pyrotechnic skills for brand promoting.
Captain Rogers!
Vision in Captain America Civil War. The Infinity Gauntlet is given its unlimited power by having all 6 Infinity Stones in the MCU. One of these stones is named the Mind Stone, the powers of which are near limitless psychic abilities including telepathy and telekinesis. If you look closely at Vision's head in Captain America Civil War, you'll notice he wears the stone on his forehead. This is bad news for Vision, since Thanos will stop at nothing to acquire all 6 stones and complete his gauntlet. There you have it, 10 Easter eggs in the Disney universe that'll blow your mind. And the answer to the movie emoji is... Did you get the right answer? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to ScreenRant for more fun videos like this one. Thanks for watching.